This is To Kill a Mockingbird assignment by Chloe Richardson. So for this assignment I've decided to do prejudice. So what is prejudice? Prejudice is judging someone or something over something that they are unable to control. Some examples of this can be race, religion, gender, or appearance. So representation. Prejudice can be represented through the colour purple, which represents royalty. So white people were of a higher class than black people. Prejudice can be shown through the colour black, which represents power. So To Kill a Mockingbird is set during the Depression, where white people were more powerful and we had no respect. We had no respect for the black population. It can also be shown through the colour red, which is authority. So us white people made black people go elsewhere for lots of different things. We also made them slaves. And some of those things that made them go elsewhere for are to church, and just eating. So, how does To Kill a Mockingbird portray prejudice? It can be portrayed through Tom Robinson. He is guilty, or accused being guilty, of something he hasn't done. He eventually gets himself shot for it. Or eventually gets shot. An example of this is Judge Taylor was polling the jury. Guilty, 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 guilty. One other example of prejudice is shown through the Negro people. They have to be separate from the white society and go to a different church, as mentioned earlier. Sit somewhere in court or sit somewhere different. Must have respect towards us, white people. Must do what we say. And they're always guilty in court, just because of their appearance. So there's one thing not mentioned, and it's shown down here at the bottom. It's shown the black people always going last into public places like the courthouse. And all these examples are from the book. So another example of this is when Atticus is talking about how the black people always lose. And it says, A man ought to get the square deal in the courtroom, be he any colour, but people carry their resentments right into the jury box. So, for these people, it is considered normal. So this is normal for them. And so this is referring to the one and only place. Where people can be equal. They are unable to. Because of their appearance. Or race, which is very unfair. There's one last example, being Boo Radley through prejudice. And German Scout are prejudiced towards Boo because he never comes out of his house. But what they don't realise is that he may have been locked in. Or he may not want to come out. An example of this is Jem's description of Boo early on in the book. So, quote, Boo was about 6.5 feet tall, had a long jagged scar that ran across his face, and he drooled most of the time. Oh, close quote. This description is most likely wrong because Jem and Scout have never seen him, so they're guessing. And they only know myths about him based on other things have said, on what others have said. So they're making up characteristics. Based on what others said or have seen. And the quote here is, quote, people said he went out at night when the moon was down and peeped into windows. And that is how prejudice is portrayed in To Kill a Mockingbird.